Bienvenido. Todo listo. Todo preparado. 3, 2, 1. Comenzamos.
Saludos familia, les habla Jesús, su presidente de la plataforma Todo sobre Lucha Libre, y el día de hoy tenemos a la luchadora Panda, Moan. Hello Panda, how you doing?
Good, doing well. How are you?
Fine, thank you, and you? Well, so the people would like to know, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado, here in the U.S.
Okay, why do you become a wrestler?
Honestly, I got started a little bit later in life, and so I was kind of bored with my life playing a lot of soccer, football, and I wanted something different. And I love performing in general, and I love being active and physically active. So I decided to try it in my later 30s, and here I am a few years later.
Who teach you wrestling?
Who have I wrestled? Tyra Rusame, who is one of my mentors, absolutely love her to death. Kay Daver, out of Colorado. Morgan Mercy is out of Texas. Olivia Vegas and Skylar Slice out of Oklahoma and Las Vegas. Lilith Grimm is out of Rocky Mountain Pro out of Denver as well. And probably the biggest name and one of my favorites is Kikyo the Fallen Flower out of Washington. She is absolutely hardcore.
Okay, who were your teachers? Who teach you how to wrestle?
Oh, I have a lot. So I started off with Jimbo Lucas. He's been in the business for about 30 years or so, debuted in like 91, I think is what he said. I have the provider, Joe McDougall, who is absolutely fantastic. Tyra is one of my coaches. Eric Angel, Duff out of Colorado and out of Denver. And then I also have CJ out of ORW and Conde Frederico here out of Colorado Springs as well.
Okay, why that name Panda Moan? What does it mean?
So Panda is my favorite animal. They're clumsy, but they're super cute. They're resilient. So Panda is my favorite animal. And then I like to play on words, and I also do burlesque. So I thought I'd just throw a little word in there. We're always saying it's pandemonium in the ring. So I was like, let's just make a little bit of a different change on that. So yeah, that's how the name came about.
Okay, the first day you get out, they say your name, they play your music, you see the crowd, you see the ring. How do you feel that first day of wrestling?
I was scared. Honestly, I was super nervous, super scared. Luckily, I had Tyra, who is my other partner in the ring. And so it was one of the biggest adrenaline highs I have ever felt. And I've been hooked on it ever since.
Okay, what do you prefer, heel or the other side?
Typically I go face just because I don't really like bullies in real life. I like to kind of stand up for the smaller ones or the older ones, if you will, that are still wrestling. But I can, if I'm put into a corner, I can definitely be that between or need to turn heel if to protect myself and to protect the other person. So.
Okay, I saw a couple of photos of you and you have some face paint on it. Why do you use face paint?
So with the paint, it's kind of like battle scars, if you will. And it's just, I've been in some really hardcore heavy hitting matches. So luckily I don't have too many facial scars. I have a few. But other than that, it's kind of just showing a scar of like, I've been around for a little while. I didn't start with the face paint by far. But I think I've kind of, the character has earned it. Panda has earned it over the time of just going through some hard stuff.
Are you independent or do you belong to any wrestling company?
I am an independent contractor right now, so I am all over the state of Colorado. I've been to Texas once, heading up to Wyoming next month, and I'm hoping to get into Kansas and Arizona within the next couple months.
Any title you have won so far?
I do. So this One right here is the Colorado Springs Wrestling Women's division. So I am their current champ. So I have that one. And then I got this guy over here, which was a battle royal of 40 persons, intergender match to where I was able to take out a 6'2", I think he's like 275 guy in order to be the finalist. And I ended up getting a battle for that one with Tyra. So yeah, I just got a couple of them for right now, just for right now.
If you can name the top 3 wrestlers you would like to face, which one would it be?
Oh, top 3. Number 1, Daddy Doom she's in Texas now. I absolutely adore her. And I think she would be an amazing match. I would love to get a singles match with Skylar Slice out of Oklahoma, like I said. She is a beast as well. And then finally, Perfect Aaron out of New York. Aaron Rourke is his name. He is absolutely fabulous, and I love everything about him. So those are probably my top 3 of indie wrestlers that I would love to face.
Is it like you like Oral? Because I saw some pictures there that resemble the Oral.
Yeah, it's fun sometimes. I'm all about gimmick. I'm all about having fun. And I'm also getting the crowd involved is all what I love to do.
Okay, I'm very surprised because you say early that you like the Pandemonium, but you also say you are a face.
Mm-hmm.
We almost say that Pandemonium comes from a heel person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think the possibility to become heel?
Yes. There's definitely a possibility with a couple of people here that are kind of thorns in my side, that have just been bugging me for rematch, even though they haven't come up to par just yet. But there's also Marlon Bishop, who is also one of my trainers here out of Colorado, is teaching me the way of the heel, just because going over dirty is not necessarily natural for me in any sport that I've ever played.
Okay, so you think that if you turn heel, you won't do a great job?
I think it's a style of its own, and you have to have that chemistry in order to do it well. Because some heels are just bland and cheap, and then you have the other heels like Roman Reigns, for example, who has just been absolutely fantastic with character and hitting everything the right way and interacting with the crowd.
Which one of those belts do you have to defend soon?
I don't have to this one I have to, the women's title I have to defend in April, actually, at Combat and Cabaret here in Colorado Springs. So we'll see who my opponent is. That hasn't been released to me yet, so I'm just training and preparing for that one.
So maybe it's a surprise wrestler?
As far as I know, yeah. So we will see who the owners and the promoters throw at me, just because I am not sure who that would be.
Didn't that put you a little bit nervous, not knowing who you're going to face?
It makes me nervous just because I always like to study up on the individual or individuals when you're in a triple threat, just like when I did with Kikyo, Rekka, and Lilith. But I mean, a 40-person Rumble versus a one-on-one with a surprise person, you know your move sets, you know what works and what doesn't work, and just depending on the body style, you just got to adjust.
Okay, how many years have you been so far a wrestler?
I have been wrestling for almost 2 years now.
2 years, okay. Any injury that maybe put you to think that I want to retire?
Not yet, thankfully. I've had some injuries happen around me in some of the shows, but thankfully I have been so far okay for the most part. Just bruises and bumps and sprains for the most part.
Would you like some hardcore wrestling?
Hardcore, I absolutely love. I do not like death matches, but I love hardcore wrestling, street fights, certain weapons. I'm not a big fan of tacks. I'm not a big fan of barbed wire. But kendo sticks, trays, hockey sticks, I'm all about those.
Last woman standing, maybe?
I would totally be down for that.
Okay, seeing that there is WWE, TNA, and Impact, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, I don't know if I could truly choose just one because if the opportunity arose to work for any of them, honestly, I would jump on that really quickly, just because they have such different styles, different managers, different envisions with the storylines because they're all so different. I couldn't choose just one, honestly.
Okay, do you recognize one or two or maybe three female wrestlers from each company or not?
I could recognize them. I have seen like WWE. My youngest child watches WWE like it's going out of style, and she's going all the way back through the years. So WWE, yes. Impact, I know a few of them. In TNA, I know a few of them. In AEW, I can name off a few of them that I kind of idolize over there as well. Um, but yeah, I mostly try to stick with a lot of the indies as well, just because you see a lot of talent that doesn't get promoted on TV or on national television the way that, um, and they come up with some really interesting moves. So I try to stick with the indies.
Have you watched Mexican wrestling?
I do watch a little bit of lucha. We have an amazing promotion here in Colorado, IWC, up in Denver, as well as Hugo's is up in Denver. They're absolutely amazing, talented human beings. So, and then I worked at a lucha show down here for Hispanic Heritage Month to see all the real luchadors that come from straight from Mexico up here, even with one of the small wrestlers that was in a Wookiee costume. And I mean, it was like 95 degrees out. So I couldn't imagine how hot it was, but he said he was perfectly fine in that costume running around all day. So I absolutely adore that style, definitely.
Have you heard about Puerto Rican wrestling?
I have heard about Puerto Rican wrestling. So Conde and CJ actually do Puerto Rican wrestling. They bring in people from Puerto Rico. We have Ashanti who comes in and helps us train, and she is a beast when it comes to making sure that we are doing things right, not hurting our bodies, not having impact or doing too many bumps. But yes, we're starting to increase here in Colorado Springs the Puerto Rican scene, thankfully.
We really hope someday you can come to Puerto Rico and show you your style.
I would absolutely love that. I think Conde is trying to get me to come down to Puerto Rico sometime this year, if not soon, just because he's working with one of the larger promotions. It eludes my mind right now, but he's going to take a group of them down to Puerto Rico in order to wrestle down there.
Maybe WWC or EWA?
I can't remember off the top of my head because we spoke after training last week, and I was so exhausted from the training that he had us in. So I forgot already.
So maybe you're going to be one of the few people he's going to bring to Puerto Rico?
I have no idea just yet. I got to train my butt off. I don't feel personally that I would do a service to the Puerto Rican wrestling scene just yet. But Ashanti will get me into shape in order to be at that level, definitely. I have no doubt about that. So possibly.
Okay, when is going to be your next wrestling match?
Scheduled right now, I have April, what is that? I believe it's April 6th. Let me double check that real quick.
Okay, no problem.
It is April 6th is the first one. That's not right. I have one in 2 weeks. I apologize. I have SXPW up in Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and that one's Vendetta. That one, I have a feeling that they're going to try to spite me. So in my last casket match or my last hardcore match was against Cadaver. And so I have a feeling that Sean up there is going to put me against Cadaver just to see what that looks like. And I don't know if it's going to be a hardcore match, but I'm going to just prepare my body and my moves either way. We have Always Sunny at Primo's this coming week on Sunday. And then, like I said, Combat and Cabaret is in April. And then I'm hoping to get down to Phoenix in April as well and back up to Wyoming.
If people want to reach you via social media, how can they do it?
Oh, just like the old people are only on Facebook. No, I have Facebook and Instagram. So you can find me on Facebook, Pandemonium, Moanyum, on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's at panda_monium22 is how you can find me, follow me. On the Primos page, see a Colorado Springs wrestling page. Yeah, I'm trying to get all over the place right now.
I know you must have a lot of fans. How do you feel when little girls come to you asking for photos, autographs, saying, I want to be just like you when I grow up? How does that feel?
It feels absolutely fantastic. The kids are what make it worth it. The fans are what make it worth it, honestly. And I don't think I would want to do this without having the fans or the cheers or even the boos when they have the other wrestlers, their favorite. The fans are always what make everything worth it.
Any message for all your fans?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Any message for all your fans?
I greatly appreciate all of your guys' support, love, the promotions that you do for me, putting my name out there, tagging me in every photo, even if it's not super flattering. Debbie Havens took one of me in this last Rumble that I had this last weekend, which I took a headbutt, and it's not a flattering photo, but it shows that sometimes things hurt quite a bit. So I appreciate everybody putting my name out there, believing in me, and helping you guys believe in myself as well. So I thank you for that.
Mi gente, nosotros nos encontramos en nuestro canal de YouTube. Suscríbanse, denle a la campanita a todo. Estamos en Facebook, estamos en la página, estamos en el grupo y por supuesto Instagram. Aquí estamos también. Panda, thank you for your time. I like to make the interview short because someday on this year, I will contact you again for another interview. Hope to see you with more championship belt. Hope to see you maybe with the war paint. Thank you for your time. Hugs from Puerto Rico. I hope to someday I can see announce you here in Puerto Rico because you seem like a very, very honest girl and very sincere, and I admire that on you.
I greatly appreciate the time and you giving me the opportunity to come onto your show. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sir.
Have a nice day.
You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.